If you're thinking about pleading guilty to a DUI involving an accident, there's a critical consequence your lawyer may not have explained: how it affects the civil lawsuit that's likely coming. I'm Dan Joffe, DUI lawyer at Nexlaw, and here's what most people don't realize. A DUI charge involving injuries means you're facing two separate legal battles, not just one. And what you do in your criminal case today could financially devastate you tomorrow. In this video, you'll learn 4 crucial things that could save your future. First, why a guilty plea practically guarantees you'll lose the civil lawsuit. Second, what really happens with your insurance coverage after a DUI conviction. Third, the shock and financial risks that could bankrupt you. And fourth, why these civil cases become purely about calculating how much you'll pay. Part 1, the automatic admission. Here's something that may surprise you. When you plead guilty to a DUI involving an accident, you're creating problems in 2 different courts with 2 different rules. In criminal court, the Crown needs to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the highest standard of proof in our legal system. But here's the thing: civil court, where the injured person will sue for money, uses a much lower standard called balance of probabilities. Think about it like this: if they already proved you guilty under the toughest standard in criminal court, you've automatically met the easier standard in civil court. So that guilty plea, it's like handling the injured person a signed confession. You just made their job incredibly easy because you've already admitted to something even harder to prove. And that admission follows you right into civil court. Part 2, the insurance trap. When you're involved in a DUI accident that injured someone, insurance becomes crucial. But here's what most people don't realize. The moment you're convicted of DUI, your collision coverage vanishes. That means your own vehicle damage isn't covered at all. Now, here's the critical part of the injured person's lawsuit. Your insurance company will still cover your liability to the injured person and provide you with a lawyer. They'll even cover some accident benefits. But here's the scary catch. Your insurance coverage has strict limits, and those limits may not be enough to protect you in severe injury cases. This brings us to the potentially devastating personal financial risk you will face. Part 3, the personal financial risk. When someone's been seriously injured in your DUI accident, the financial consequences can be staggering. Let me paint you a picture. Even if you have insurance coverage, serious injuries like paralysis or permanent disability can lead to damages that far exceed your policy limits. We're talking about the cost for lifelong medical care, lost income, and pain and suffering. And here's the devastating part. Anything above your insurance limits, that comes directly from your pocket. Your house, your savings, your future earnings, all are at risk. You could be forced into bankruptcy because you didn't understand these consequences before pleading guilty to a DUI involving injuries. Part 4, the money game. Once you've pled guilty to a DUI where someone was hurt, the civil lawsuit transforms completely. It's not about whether you caused the accident anymore. You've already admitted that. Now it's all about one thing: calculating how much you owe the injured person. The entire case focuses on adding up damages, their medical bills, lost income, pain and suffering, future care needs. And when liability isn't in question and someone's been seriously injured, those numbers can get astronomical. If you're watching this and you're facing a DUI charge involving an accident with injuries, I can't stress this enough. Do not plead guilty without understanding these consequences. The criminal penalties may seem harsh, but the civil lawsuit aftermath could devastate your financial future. If you need help understanding how your DUI charge could affect your liability, schedule a free confidential phone call with me. The link to book the call is in the description of this video.